It's 10 o'clock in Hamden. I'm John Alba.
And I'm Jessica Romano. In the news at this hour, the search for answers in the South Korean ferry disaster continues as more bodies are being pulled to shore.
Nearly 160 bodies have been recovered from the capsized ferry thus far. Officials say there are still almost 150 missing as divers continue their recovery mission. South Korean authorities searched the offices of the company that owns the sunken ferry and have taken 11 employees into custody thus far. Almost 500 people were on board the ferry when it overturned on April 16th, many of whom were high school students. Officials have still not identified a cause for the accident.
Ukraine is in an international state of despair. Their governmental buildings are being seized by pro-Russia forces, and their government is threatening to retake control by force. Without a resolution in sight, U.S. Vice President Joe Biden has sent Ukraine a message of support. The White House announced that they will send the nation a $50 million package of assistance to aid Ukraine in political and economic reform.
A U.S. Marshal killed a Utah gang member who rushed a witness in court last Monday. Sale Angelo was shot in the chest when he attempted to attack someone on the witness stand and was pronounced dead at a Salt Lake City hospital. He reportedly grabbed a pen and ran towards the witness, who was discussing their past experiences in gangs. Angelo was a member of the Tongan Crip gang who had been accused of being involved in a racketeering conspiracy.
It has been over a month and a half since Malaysian Airline 370 vanished over the southern Indian Ocean. That milestone means American attorneys are now allowed to move in and file suit in American courts against Boeing Co., a U.S. manufacturer, for aircrafts. Relatives of the missing victims hope these legal avenues will help release more information about the disappearance.
Netflix has announced the company will be increasing its monthly subscription fees by as much as $2. CEO Reed Hastings says the increase comes as a result of a new company initiative to create more original content rather than rely on network shows alone. Netflix added nearly 3 million subscribers this year and picked up praise for its House of Cards original series. Some customers will be grandfathered into their original rates for the first few months.
A 16-year-old boy snuck into the wheel well of a Boeing 767 earlier this week, hitching a flight from California to Maui, Hawaii. He entered into the San Jose International Airport after hopping a fence onto the tarmac. While the teen survived the ride, he could possibly face detrimental effects to his health caused by the elements he was exposed to in flight. The TSA is now investigating how to prevent more stowaways from happening in the future.
And check this out. Los Angeles Clippers forward Blake Griffin left Thursday's playoff game against the Warriors with his team down, and he wasn't happy about it. Griffin tossed water behind him, landing all over the shirt of a Warriors fan. The NBA All-Star says the incident was unintentional, though members of the Warriors believe otherwise. The Clippers would end up losing the game 109-105.
And the people of Boston rejoiced on Monday after an American won the men's division of the Boston Marathon. Meb Keflezighi, an American man, was the first to win in Boston since 1983, finishing in 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 11 seconds. He ran with the names of last year's victims written on his race bib and the motivation of being Boston strong. He was one of over 35,000 runners. And now, at a look at the weather.
Mostly cloudy with a few strong gusts throughout the day. The temperatures will just crack 60 degrees, down from the past few days. In Hamden, it's currently 54 degrees under mostly sunny and windy skies, Jess.
But boy, is it windy. I feel the wind pushing me as I'm walking.
It's something that I struggle with every single week, it appears, but gotta remember, bring the comb everywhere that I go.
I just can't wait for the weather to turn up and the sun to be out for good.
Good weekend ahead for sure, and that's the news and weather at this hour. I'm John Alba.
And I'm Jessica Romano, WJRN News.